小孩子们和梦雪表弟，你好！我们今天要读《The Library》或图书馆。这本书会讲一个女生叫 Elizabeth Brown 的故事。Elizabeth Brown 很喜欢看书，但是她有一个问题，她有太多书。我读这个故事的时候，请你注意到两个词，第一个是 library 图书馆，第二个是 books 书。The library. Elizabeth Brown entered the world dropping straight down from the sky. Elizabeth Brown entered the world skinny, nearsighted, and shy. So Elizabeth Brown 出生的时候，她很瘦 ，skinny， 而且会害羞 ，shy。She didn't like to play with dolls. She didn't like to skate. She learned to read quite quickly and at an incredible rate. Elizabeth Brown 小的时候，她只喜欢看书。She always took a book to bed with a flashlight under the sheet. She'd make a tent of covers and read herself to sleep. 她要睡觉的时候还会看书。Elizabeth Brown went off to school, dragging a steamer trunk. 现在 Elizabeth Brown 要去上大学，她带了一个大箱子，一个 steamer trunk， 里面都是装书。Elizabeth Brown unpacked her books, breaking the upper bunk. So Elizabeth Brown 有那么多书，她把她的床弄破。She sat in all her classes and doodled on a pad, adrift in dreams of entering a reader's Olympiad. So 她在上课的时候，她都在想书。She manufactured library cards and checked out books to friends, then shocked them with her midnight raids to collect the books again. 所以因为 Elizabeth Brown 有那么多书，她决定让她的朋友借她的书，很像一个图书馆。Elizabeth Brown preferred a book to going on a date. While friends went out and danced till dawn, she stayed up reading late. So Elizabeth Brown 不要一个男朋友，她只要看书。She took the train one afternoon and promptly lost her way. She bought a house and settled down to tutoring for pay. So Elizabeth Brown 买了一个新房子。Elizabeth Brown walked into town summer, fall, winter, and spring. Elizabeth Brown walked into town looking for only one thing. She didn't want potato chips. She didn't want new clothes. She went straight to the bookstore and said, "May I have one of those?" So Elizabeth Brown, 她不要买食物，她不要买新衣服，她只想买书。Elizabeth Brown walked right back home and read and read and read. She even read while exercising and standing on her head. So, Elizabeth Brown 在运动的时候 exercise 的时候，她还会看书。She made a list of groceries and tucked them in her books, then lost the list amongst the fruits and left with nothing to cook. So 她去买东西吃的时候，她会看书，然后她会忘记买东西吃。She read about Greek goddesses while vacuuming the floor. Attending only to her book, she'd walk into a door. Books were piled on top of chairs and spread across the floor. Her shelves began to fall apart as she read more and more. Big books made very solid stacks on which teacups could rest. Small books became the building blocks for busy little guests. So 他现在他有太多书。When volumes climbed the parlor walls and blocked the big front door, she had to face the awful fact. She could not have one more. 现在 Elizabeth Brown 她知道她有太多书，所以她不能一直买书，而继续买书。Elizabeth Brown walked into town that very afternoon. Elizabeth Brown walked into town whistling a happy tune. She didn't want a bicycle. She didn't want silk bows. She went straight to the courthouse. May I have one of those? The form was for donations. She quickly wrote this line: I, E. Brown, give to the town all that was ever mine. So Elizabeth Brown 决定居 or donate 她的书，所以别的人可以看她的书。So 她把她的房子变成一个图书馆。这里你可以看 library。Elizabeth Brown moved in with a friend and lived to a ripe old age. They walked to the library day after day and turned page after page after page. 谢谢。请你跟我讲你最喜欢的书叫什么？如果你喜欢我的故事，请你订阅。如果你有什么建议或者问题，请留言。拜拜。